All right, now we're looking at day 12. We're going to be comparing decimals. Again, like every other day in this unit, we are going to show our work, our thinking, using a place value chart. What's important to know is that students have done comparing with whole numbers before, and so the idea of a greater than sign and a less than sign is not new to them. In the past, we have stayed away from the alligator eats the larger number. We really want to make sure that students understand that this symbol means greater than, this symbol means less than. And so one strategy that we could try is having students write greater than above this symbol and less than above this symbol. And so even if you're reading the mathematical expression or the mathematical statement, it is correct. Great. In this lesson, we also continue to practice that 7/10 is the same as 70/100 because we annex equivalency 0. Don't use the word add a 0. We really want students to be using this word annex a 0. That means we're placing a 0. Add insinuates that we are doing an operation, and there are no operations happening here. Great, so we're gonna start off super easy. And so I'm starting off super easy, so I'm only doing 1 chili pepper. And you can see that by the end, we get up to 4 chili peppers. And the reason I do that is I don't want students like tune out after the first example thinking that this work is really easy. And so like that's to build a little bit of incentive and motivation to see like how many chili peppers can we get up to. So we'll set up our place value chart. The digits in the ones place are exactly the same, so let's move to our tens place. I can see that 5 is greater than 3, so I know that 77 and 5/10 is greater, and so the way that I would write this is 7 and 3/10 is less than or smaller than 7 and 5/10. Same thing here. The only new thing that we're going to be doing is annexing a 0 in the hundredths place, and so I can see that 5 and 60/100 is greater than 5 and 55/100. Some students might see the 6 and say, oh, 6 is smaller than 55, so I know that 5 and 55/100 is greater, and that's really where we want to target the error, like that's the mistake that's going to happen today. And again here, students will see, well, these two, they both have some 0s and some 6s, so they must be equal. And again, using that place value chart will let our students see, well, 6 thousandths is less than 60 thousandths, and so I know that 6 thousandths is less than 6/100. Where we really get complicated is when we're doing multiples, right? Like so, a multiple select, and also when we don't just have these numbers in standard form. And so to do this, the way I like to do it is to like stack these numbers into a very large place value chart. And so the very first thing I'm going to do is write in 63/100. I'm going to put a star next to it because that's the number that I'm going to be comparing all of these other numbers to. And then I'm going through one by one, and I'm going to write them in, and then whenever I need to annex an equivalency 0, I will. So 7/10, I'll annex a 0 here, and I'll see that this is 70/100. 70/100 is greater than 63/100. I'm looking for numbers that are to the left on a number line, so less than, so I know that that can't be correct. Great. That should be it.